Good morning, Memorial Middle School. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm filming.
What?
I'm filming.
Good morning, Memorial Middle School. This is Friggity Frank Gallo with Balance of Power and baseball.
She is a failure, isn't she?
All right, now about Balance of Power, for anyone who actually watches my videos that's from my school, which is most of your viewers, my viewers, well, they know that in my civics class, we are talking about Balance of Power and how the Massachusetts represent Constitution was the basis for our Constitution, the national Constitution, I mean, because it had a well-balanced power. By balance of power, I mean power being spread around by the three branches of government: executive, judicial, and legislative. In most of the states in the early colonies, including states that are not Massachusetts and everything but Massachusetts, the legislative branch was really powerful. There's a term for this. It's called legislative supremacy. Remember that, kids. Legislative supremacy means that the legislative branch is the most important. They tell you what to do. Luckily, you could vote for the legislative branch. So, that's pretty good. Let's see about the other branch. So the next branch is the executive branch, or the governor and his cabinet. The governor appointed his cabinet and all these other things. So basically, it's the position of the president, or the governor, in our states. But at this point in time, unlike now, in most states, such as New Hampshire, Vermont, and everyone except for Massachusetts, the legislative branch chose the governor, so Congress chose the governor. So John Adams was really intelligent and balanced the power out a lot. So let me take something into consideration. It's going to sort of be reversed, because this is a good metaphor for it. Imagine school, but the principal is the legislative branch and the student council is the executive branch. It's sort of the opposite, since the student council is actually the legislator and the principal would be the president. So, imagine this, and this is what John Adams, that brainchild from Braintree, Georgie, there's people over there.
Sorry.
What John Adams, that brainy from Braintree, came up with was to keep the government balanced. So here's an analogy. Let's say our principal is the legislative branch and our student council is the executive branch. It's actually reversed in real life, but who really cares? This is a good analogy. What did you just do?
Nothing. We're still
She
filming.
just did something really dumb.
No, I didn't.
Our principal has powerful than our student council. Our student council basically just plans dances that never come to fruition. Sorry, student council, that's it. But this is actually a great example, because this is exactly what was happening in these colonial governments. Our governor basically didn't do anything. Not our governor in Massachusetts, but your governor, if you're not from Massachusetts, didn't do anything. And the colonists did basically everything. Not to mention that there were basically no courts at the time. They were not very powerful. So, that's sort of an example to keep in mind. And, yeah.
So, I guess that sort of wraps up the representation of balance of power. You can look more into it. I don't have many links, but basically, imagine this. The Massachusetts government has this governor that's elected by the people. That's something I forgot to mention. Oh wow, how did I forget that? The governor could only be elected by rich white people like me.
You're not rich.
Property owning. Rich property owning white people like me, who are also men.
You're still not rich.
Rich. Rich property owning white people. They could vote for anybody. But if you weren't that rich property owning white person, you were basically a pleb, because that's actually the word for it, a pleb. And you just could vote for the representatives, or if you were kind of in the middle, you could vote for your senators as well. But basically, you'd have to be a rich guy who owned property and was white, like me.
Not him at all.
I'm white and boy.
Yeah, but you're not rich.
I don't really care, and I do not support any of this. Thank goodness that now black people, people who don't own property, and women can now vote. Further see our 19th Amendment and 13th Amendment. I think it's, no, 16th Amendment. 19th Amendment and 16th Amendment. I'm pretty sure. Videos coming up in the future. Get hyped for the women's rights one, the suffrage one.
Oh, the one with Harriet Tubman?
No. Women voting. 1920.
Oh, wait.
That's almost one
Wait.
century ago.
Martin
Get
Luther
excited. This has been
King?
Second Civics. Goodbye.